What is up, everyone? It's your girl JJ. Go watch a video. Called YouTube Has a Problem. Let's get on with the video now, shall we?
Grab your tea, sit around my garden, my munchers. Today isn't going to be our usual gremlin chaos. Today, we need to have a very real, very frustrating conversation about what is happening behind the scenes on this platform. For months, creators have been suffering in silence. We've tried playing by the rules, but I've decided that all of us silently taking this treatment and screaming into the generative AI void that is the Team YouTube Twitter account just isn't enough anymore if we actually want to see improvement. If you notice,
So, what I was saying about this was, I, I had gotten a strike on my channel. And with your first strike, you could wait like 3 months for it to get removed. And I did that instead of going to Team YouTube because I didn't know if they're legit or not. I tried contacting people, I tried getting help. Team YouTube wanted a lot of information. I was sus up about it, and like the only person I knew who was a big YouTuber didn't even know anything about it because they were like, I mean, I'm a manager and I just don't even deal with this. So I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is because listen, my chat has a habit of not telling me things. So like, what had happened was I was having music problems, and there's a music that played that, even though it was part of a non-copyrighted music playlist, I guess like my playlist ended up skipping, and it skipped to something that was completely copyrighted. And so they're like, oh yeah, I kept hearing all these crazy lyrics. I ain't say nothing because I was kind of vibing to the music. I wish you did because I could get in complete trouble for that. And I worked my butt off for this channel. So yeah, I was pretty upset about it, but I just kept I kept going with it. So yeah. Yeah, it is. To me it's like this is a people's livelihood, but it's like to someone who's small, it's like they can't really do much about it. Like I saw someone who was pretty big and they have people fighting for them, but when you're not big, you don't have anyone fighting for you, so you have to do it yourself. So it's like it is what it is. That's why I'm like, eh.
that your favorite VTubers, animation channels, or faceless creators have suddenly been struggling to reach your subscription boxes lately, it's not in your head.
Leave me alone!
And we know exactly when this started. January of 2026, January 14th to be exact, YouTube fully integrated Gemini AI into their back-end systems to handle everything from content moderation to algorithm recommendations and creator support. Now let's ask ourselves, what's the difference between what was and what is now a full integration? Full integration means the complete combination, merging, or incorporation of separate parts, systems, or individuals into a single, unified, and functioning whole. Has AI moderation always been a thing on this platform? Of course! But a full integration is vastly different than moderate integration, which has been the platform for several years at the very least. Why is that date so important? Because January 2026 was the turning point where human oversight effectively vanished. It was the moment YouTube handed the keys over to aggressive machine learning models that fundamentally do not understand how to categorize,
Bonk Austin.
moderate, or rank faceless, and avatar-based content. Over the last few months, a massive, silent wave has been hitting creators who use avatars. Look at this. Overnight drops to 0. No strikes, no warnings, just an immediate flatline throttle on reach and impressions. We are being caught up in an automated, inauthentic content sweep simply because our faces are rigged models instead of flesh and bone. And the data doesn't lie. Look at these click-through rates. Videos sitting at under 1%, shorts totally flatlining. And it's not because you guys don't watch. It's because YouTube systems are actively choosing to not show it to you. Which brings me to my favorite example of my research on this topic, the 3-day capsule. Other creators have been documenting this, and it is infuriating. There is a verified bug or intentional algorithmic quarantine happening right now. For exactly 72 hours after hitting publish, videos are essentially held hostage. They aren't pushed to subscribers. They aren't pushed to recommended. It's like the algorithm locks the video in a dark room to scan it for authenticity for 3 days.
That's insane. I mean, my videos don't get pushed out regardless. So this is kind of funny to me. Um, so to me, I'm just like, oh wow, cool video. Actually got some views. But like for those who are very popular, I'm like, dang, did my videos get trashed or something? Because again, these are people's livelihoods. So I could get their frustration with it. It's like, oh my.
Follow you fools.
If you don't survive that time capsule, the video is dead on arrival. Why are our videos only being shown in suggestions exactly 3 days later, mostly to non-subscribers? Sure, seed audiences have always been a thing to ensure people like your content, but the people who intentionally sign up to receive it don't ever see it again. One of the worst parts is the algorithm isn't just quietly shadow banning us. It's actively and falsely penalizing our channels. Recently, YouTube slapped my channel with a warning and completely took down one of my ASMR videos, as you guys were well aware of. The reason? Implied sexual conduct or
What?
use of sex toys meant to be sexually gratifying. I wish I was joking. Look at this screenshot from the video. My Vtuber model is fully clothed, standing near the screen for almost 30 minutes. There is no nudity. There is no toys. The entire script is completely safe for work, just like every other ASMR video I have ever made. But because I am a rigged model producing close-up audio, the automated system panicked, misread the context, and nuked the video. I took this to Team YouTube on Twitter, which, ironically enough, their help articles tell you to do instead of giving you actual, genuine support. I
Rip.
provided the VOD, the script, the evidence. I waited for 5 days.
Seems like almost all platforms have a prejudice against VTubers. Yeah, there is that thing against VTubers. It's literally basically fan support for VTubers that keep them going, but it's very weird because it's like, how did they get pushed in the first place? That's why, to me, it's super frustrating because people will be like, well, is it the personality or their model? It's really hard to tell because it's like, what will allow the platform to push a VTuber then? Because, like, you know, um, it's hard to say with how they don't want to push people until they have like a certain look to them. Like the times I saw a a a person suddenly grow the minute they got an improved model just kind of baffled me. But then some people are like, no, like when I changed my model, it decreased. I was like, I would see quite the opposite. So I was like, is it because their confidence deflected? What is it? So I can't really say.
During those 5 days, my live streams were aggressively throttled because having an active warning directly impacts your discoverability. And what did YouTube say? They literally tried to gaslight me. suggesting my reach dropped because of quote unquote less interest in my topics. And then the final nail in the coffin, after days of waiting, I get an automated response claiming the video was reviewed by a human and the strike stands. No context, no explanation of what in a fully clothed safe for work video triggered nudity policy, and just a copy-pasted link to a help center article. As it stands, my content is heavily throttled. It has been, funny enough, since the full integration of AI in January. Take a look at these two screenshots from when my community started to build. Amazing, right? I know. I was over the moon. I was so excited that people enjoyed my content, my silly antics. Fast forward to immediately after Gemini AI was fully integrated onto the platform. Dollars to donuts. Some I even unlisted because no matter what I did, it was dead on arrival. I know for a fact my 60,000 strong audience on YouTube alone didn't just decide to stop showing up, and in fact have had hundreds of comments and Discord comments asking where I've been and why they haven't seen my content. My content, which I upload daily. And the collateral damage of this broken AI moderation is devastating. Look at Aryanna, a Korean Vtuber. Her entire channel was terminated without a single prior warning, flagged under the exact same sexual content policy for an artistic performance video. She begged for a human reviewer, pointing out that this channel supports the livelihood of 6 staff members who will all lose their jobs. 6 human beings affected by reckless machine-based moderation with no human oversight. Team YouTube's response? A cold, copy-pasted rejection telling her she's permanently banned from the platform. The system is fundamentally misinterpreting our avatars, flagging us for things that aren't there, and firing off channel-ending strikes with absolutely zero human interaction. We are playing Russian roulette every time we hit publish. And if you think that my situation is an isolated glitch, let me introduce you to the AI moderation roulette that VTubers are currently being forced to play every single day. Because YouTube's automated systems aren't just aggressively flagging us, they are completely hallucinating violations. Look at Chibi! She played Super Mario Galaxy, a game rated E for everyone. And YouTube's automated system slapped her video with an age restriction. When she appealed it, it was quickly denied by the bot. And as any creator knows, the second a video gets age restricted, it is pulled from recommendations. And even if a human does eventually fix it, the momentum is...
YouTube seems solely take account of your chili check videos so people go to X and call them out. It's not even call them out. You have to... if big people call them out, for one. Smaller accounts doesn't matter, but you could go to Team YouTube DM them and apparently give them the information to check. But, like, it is discouraging. Like I said, because I have been, I have been on the live streaming and platforming and all that for a while. And it was just like, dang, what am I doing wrong? And yeah, I can acknowledge I was doing a lot of things wrong. So I could see why it took me forever to grow. But when I'm here, like, dang, like, I could literally upload a video that's similar or has stuff that is going on with a similar vibe. It's just not pulling the same. I'm like, what am I doing differently? And I'm just like, this is just upsetting. But, you know, that's just what happened. Like, the thing is, like, even before AI, this whole non-human moderation just is trash. It's like, but, like, you know, they want to replace people or they want to make it cheaper for them. And it's like, well, that's what you get.
Is dead. The video ruined. Hard work gone over Mario Galaxy. How about Alara? She got a violent or graphic content strike on a short. What was the violent content, you may ask? A reaction clip of Mickey Mouse. And the kicker? The original video she clipped, it wasn't flagged at all. The AI looked at her VTuber model reacting to it and somehow decided it was malicious. Make sense. Then we have the system completely infantilizing adult creators. Glubbable has been a fully monetized creator on the platform since 2011, and suddenly she logs into a massive banner telling her that due to quote unquote local laws, she needs to invite a parent to set up supervision on her account to keep uploading. The AI literally looked at her anime-styled avatar and decided it was a literal child who needed parental controls. It would almost be funny if it wasn't destroying people's livelihoods. Because at the end of this roulette wheel is total demonetization. Look at Kitsu. After waiting an entire month in the dark, she receives an automated copy-pasted email from a bot named Ben telling her that her AdSense account has been completely terminated for invalid traffic. No proof, no explanation, just a bot deciding to wipe out her entire income source on a whim. Let's not even mention the unbelievable amount of screenshots you can find from just typing in VTuber, Team YouTube, and Twitter, and how many people have been affected this year from the full integration of Gemini AI. Whether it's falsely claiming a music history video as self-harm like Rima Even Star experienced, stripping away monetization for reused content on 30-hour edits like clip style, or age-restricting Mario, the pattern is undeniable.
Sheesh.
The AI cannot properly read, categorize, or moderate VTubers. We are being punished for simply existing as avatars in a medium we are passionate about. And there are absolutely no human safety nets in place to stop the bots from tearing our channels down. So, when the algorithm shadow bans your content and the AI moderation falsely strikes your channel, what happens when you go to the YouTube partner support team? I wonder. The actual quote-unquote humans whose job it is to help creators. You get trapped in an automated purgatory. I have spent months begging for human intervention, formally requesting to be escalated to a supervisor because my livelihood is actively being impacted. And what do I get? Jay tells me that my channel is working as intended and kicks me back to an old, dead case ID. A manager, quote unquote, named CJ steps in just to kick me back to the exact same dead end case ID. Then, quote unquote, Edward sends me a massive, overly empathetic paragraph about how he hears my frustrations and understands a creator's livelihood is on the line, which reads exactly like a prompted language model, by the way. Only to, you guessed it, tell me to go back to the same dead end case ID. When they aren't looping you in circles, they are gaslighting you. Nant here explicitly denied that shadow banning even exists.
Okay.
Claiming the
Bingus.
system is
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, it does exist. Really does. That's literally why some people have to go to different channels or different things just to um redo a whole thing. I've been seeing people having to remake accounts. I have my channel just for I only have my channel just for shorts at this point. I only have it for shorts at this point. Cause I don't even have the I don't even want to do long forms on my other channel. With how I was like, how is there basically 5,000 subscribers and and only 10 people who watched the video? I was like, okay. Rinse and repeat. Get in the infinite loop. YouTube support can be the worst than canceling some members. Exactly.
just, quote unquote, Following the audience's interest, thousands of my subscribers all simultaneously decided to stop clicking on my content on the same exact Tuesday. Rose writes a novel blaming spam detection and channel shelves. Anything to avoid admitting their automated system is glitching out. And it becomes...
Which is so funny. It's so funny because with YouTube, if you don't post daily or whatever, like, not like those big video essays, but like for the small videos, you kind of don't exist. But it then now they're saying that it's like spam. It's so dumb.
Blindingly obvious that these aren't actual humans reading our emails. I reached out to report a massive bug. My viewers were entirely unable to send chats, super chats, or emojis during one of my live streams. N replies asking me to send a screen recording of myself trying to use emojis on my own dashboard. When I bluntly corrected her that it was not I having the problem, the system glitches and I just get another copy-pasted template asking for more detail about a topic that wasn't even related. That means the AI got confused by my open cases and blended them together into an AI-assisted mess. There is zero reading comprehension happening here.
It's not his fault he can't read.
But if you want definitive, undeniable proof that YouTube is feeding our desperate pleas for help into an AI generator, look at this email from Zach. I highlighted every single piece of text that is either copy-pasted from a help center or entirely AI generated. Over 50% of this email from Zach is automated fluff. Instead of looking at the massive, verifiable discrepancies in my analytics that I provided to them, the AI just regurgitated the literal dictionary definition of what a thumbnail impression is. We are screaming into a void of language models. We are dealing with an AI algorithm suppressing our reach, AI moderation falsely striking our channels, and AI support agents gaslighting us when we ask for help. And I'm someone who's coming in on 100K, the first huge milestone past 50K, the first milestone where you get your first play button, and I don't even have a rep who I can talk to about this. I've had to navigate this on my own or through the helps of bigger partners that I know. And don't even get me started on the copy-paste AI-generated responses that YouTube has been caught using on their Team YouTube Twitter platform.
I mean, yeah, that's what I keep saying. Like I said, I only knew a big YouTuber, but like, he never had to use it, so it was like, he couldn't really help me with that. And I was just like, it's whatever. I'll just wait the 3 months. And I just kind of just stopped uploading to my channel. I told my people, whoever, 5 people who actually read the post, like I said, it made me kind of just feel unmotivated with YouTube. And I just started grinding over on green and purple. I was like, listen, YouTube's being stupid. I don't want to deal with it. So we'll just keep grinding and go from there. So yeah.
That their very own help center tells us to tag if we need help. YouTube. We love this platform. I do. We want to make content here. But your automated systems are suffocating a massive, creative, and passionate community. We are not inauthentic bots. We are editors, entertainers, artists, and VTubers who have found a medium that brings us joy and passion, a medium that brings joy and passion to our viewers. We need actual human eyes on our appeals, and we need transparency about your system and how it now categorizes us under the helm of Gemini AI and its full integration. To my community, you are literally the only reason I stand. You are the reason I continue to grow despite this looming problem from YouTube. You show up every day and shout your support from my comment sections in my chat. You show me how much you enjoy me even when I'm struggling. You come to every live stream and you go out of your way to double check my pings because you are aware of how YouTube has treated me and my content. For that, I can't express my gratitude enough. I am grateful to have a community so invested and passionate about me and my journey.
Bro. That's so accurate though. Like a lot of people like, oh, don't force your community to move over. Like they're gonna want to stick to a platform. Honestly, though, those who are able to move to whatever platform, not that you force them, but those who are just going there just for you, like I feel like it's not just a viewer, it's part of your community, right? It's like, yeah, you could be just a viewer, like, cause oh, they're on Twitch, cool. They're on Twitch anymore. They're on Kick. Dang, I'm not gonna watch them anymore. I don't use Kick. It's like, well, okay, and then you're just a viewer. Now it's like, dang, wait, they're on Kick. Guess I'm gonna go watch them on Kick. It's just like, now if you don't have Kick, this is a different story. But like, Kick, Twitch, YouTube, whatever website they use, right? It's like, hey, like, I'm just stuck. I can't keep my the platform's just not helping me anymore. I have to go to a different platform, right? That's a community, right? If you're in a community, I feel like it's two different things. Cause like, I understand not everyone wants to switch platforms. That's not a problem. But when you're able to like see that you have people who are willing to switch platforms for you, it's like, dang, it does hit different because it's just like I had invested so much time and effort, and they actually decided to come with me because they believed in me, versus like, oh, okay, I guess this platform is only here, meant for here. Guess I won't see him again, but it is what it is. And it really does hit different. And like, you're not without your community, it's like you feel like it's it's a lot harder to get where you want to be. Like, um because you're gonna have those days, right, where there's no one in chat. Maybe there's only one person in chat, and then you have those days where it's just booming. You're like, yes, let's go. Like, and then when you finally at the point, let's say you get to the point of like Iron Mouse, right? You're like, after all that time, I finally got here. It's just like, due to all the effort, it's like, it's like it finally paid off. So
I am equally as passionate about you, and I will never let YouTube hold me down. You show up to make me laugh. You show up to make me happy cry or to hear me cry. You show up, and now it's my turn to show up for the greater community above ours. I know in the grand scheme of things, I'm just a fish in the pond. But for the VTubers who feel unheard, for the faceless creators, singers, animators, and artists who fly under the radar and accept things as they are, I want to do big things. I want to make a difference in this industry. I want to stand up and use my voice for the right things. So maybe that starts here. If you want to make sure you actually see my content, please double check that your notifications are on. Do it for all of your favorite YouTubers, because the algorithm isn't going to help us right now. And if you want to support me directly without worrying about a random AI sweeping my channel out of my existence, I go live on Twitch every day at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Let's make some noise. Tag YouTube. Share this with other creators. Let your Oshis and other YouTubers you love know that they are not alone. And I am willing to be the squeaky wheel no matter what comes from it, because I want to see a change. And it's important for someone who is people facing to use their voice. So stay loud, stay gremlin, and I will see you in the next one. And remember, I am always watching.
So, yeah, I can't promise that I would be able to be the one to make change. I can only promise what I'm able to do, right? And I don't know. I try to do something different this year, um, with my community, just for the ones that actually are active or try to be. I was doing something. Some people appreciated it, some people wasn't. I'm not gonna disclose what it was, but I do stuff, and it's interesting to see. So you know, to to want to advocate that you want to do it, I think it takes a lot of courage, because people are like, "Oh, you're setting yourself for failure or high expectations." I think it's cool that you can have that strong confidence to do that. For me, I just with how I've seen people react and stuff, I don't want to give that high expectation. Um, but I, I hope that I have been able to show it back sometimes in some ways, even though I can't do it the same way other bigger creators can. So, yeah. What are your thoughts on this video, chat? Did you like it? Do you agree with it? Um, it's, I'm a VTuber at the end of the day. Something not to get used to. Um, how do you think I could keep it up? And with that being said, you guys have a good one. Take care. Bye.